Welcome again to AGI Agribusiness Digest. What we'll be talking about at AGI Agribusiness Digest will be focusing on ensuring and sustaining food security in Nigeria. Look at the situation we find ourselves now in Nigeria, a country that is being blessed with good land, fertile land, a country that has good labor, a country with potentials to become the leading food producer in the world. We find ourselves in the situation of food crisis. It's not too late. We can still get out of it, and we will get out of it. As part of our own contribution to the solution of this crisis we are going through in Nigeria. That's why this particular series is being aired for individual at home to look at how can I contribute to food security. Enough of food insecurity. Different meaning, different terminology. Every persons have given different meaning to food security. From Enterprise Grooming Institute, our own definition of food security is when individuals have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, nutritious food that give them balanced diet on a daily basis. Not what they see is what they eat, but they eat what they want that makes nutrition balance in their system. You can see it now. Look at it. Physical, economical, safe, sufficient, good food. You can see what that definition carries. A situation where otherwise is the case: insufficient food, no economic power, no safe food. What do we call that? We call it food insecurity. And how can we get this problem out of our way? But we can only talk of problem. What are the causes of this problem? We only look at the problem. Some of us don't look at what caused this problem. Number one thing that causes food insecurity in Nigeria is climate change. Number one. Why do I say climate change? Before now, our people rely so much on rain-fed farming. We calculate when rain will fall and we go to farm in anticipation of rain. In the last 6, 7, 8 years, we have been facing drought. What is drought? A situation whereby rain stops when you don't expect, which bring the production and the result expected to minimal level, where farmers are running at loss. What is it? Enough of us relying on rain-fed farming. Climate change has solution. We don't have automatic control on climate change, that is sure. But let's make our own alternative way to minimize the impact of climate change. Climate change involves rain-fed, air disease, quality seeds. All these are things we can control. But we can't control when rain will fall because it is not within our own capacity. And that is why agribusiness has a role to play in this. What is the role of agribusiness in climate change? The role of agribusiness in climate change is to come up with smart farming. And when we talk about smart farming, we are talking about technology coming into food production. Number two cause is what we refer to as government policy. Do government policies support grassroots farming? What is the responsibility of government in farming? What are the policies laid down by government to make food sufficient? It's one thing to have policy. It's another thing to implement policy. And when we talk about government policy, it's not only at the federal level. Federal can only support state, and state needs to support local government. People that are farming are in the local government. It is high time for each local government to wake up and come up with a good policy that will support agri and food security. Number 3,